Okay. Good morning. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. We are here again from Ankeny, Iowa at Memory Bound Scrapbook Store. And we're here with Penny. Good morning,
Good
Penny.
morning.
And I don't see anyone jumping on. Okay, finally. Kristen. Good morning, Kristen. Finally we got... Well, we're late and technical difficulties, but Penny is here this morning to do some Copic coloring. And her cards are amazing. And she is going to be using this Photo Play Cut Apart's Color Me page, which I love. And we have used those before. We've had them in all sorts of seasons, but of course this is the Halloween season, and so we're going to be doing that. Oh, and there's some pumpkins too. Those would be good for fall cards.
Yeah.
And so people are jumping on. Good.
Awesome.
Sorry about the delay. Again, technical difficulties. And we will... Hello, good morning. Everyone's saying hello. It's chilly in South Dakota. Yes, it's chilly here too. It's going to be cold everywhere, I think they said. I mean,
Yeah.
at least in the north. Midwest, maybe.
We just have to wait for the weekend. It's going to warm up again,
Yes,
so it's all good.
Yes, so, all right. Well, we've got a lot of people. Should we go? We've got some new stuff to show you, so we'll go check that out and see what the new stuff is. All right, Penny, what do we got? We got some Photo Play stuff today.
Right. The dies, Enjoy and Fun. They're etched.
And they're layered too, which Photo Play does that a lot with theirs.
Show them that little example that, to me, sells it right
very
there.
Cute.
And the price down there.
What sells it for me is there's a coordinating stamp.
Yes.
It's behind the... I'm going to show the stamp at the same time.
Oh, there it is. I didn't see it.
Yeah.
There we go.
So I love the Photo Play stamp. So they have a big word, and then they have the little strips that go with it. So you can say, fun begins and ends with you, or wishing you a fun, and then you can say day. Or whatever.
Whatever.
Yes, yes.
That's called Enjoy Fun. $15.99 for the stamp and for the die. And then we have a Split Snowflake Sentiments. So this is the coordinating stamp that goes with the Split Snowflake Etched Metal Die.
Penny, can you say the price of the fun?
The fun is $15.99.
Okay.
Both the stamps and then also the die. Each one.
So I just want to zoom in on, oh, look, I love that Holly Jolly. Is that one thing, or I suppose you could cut it apart if you wanted. And then, can I see the
it's three
sample? So
it's three different splits. So this is one, this is two, this is three, and then you would cut two to get the same thing, top and bottom.
Right.
So
does it have a picture on the back?
It does.
Or is it just the small one?
So it's
there.
$12.99.
Very cute.
I see a lot of potential with that one.
Yeah.
And then all the sentiments that can go in the middle of it.
They need to make like a pumpkin one and something for Christmas like that, and that would be fun.
That would be lots of fun. So the stamp is $15.99. The die is $12.99. Then we have a Flurry Snowflake. And that's just a snowflake, right? Nope, there's a stamp.
It's a layer too.
There is a stamp, but we don't have the stamp.
I don't think we have the stamp.
No.
It's a pretty big snowflake.
It is. Here's the example. A little bit bigger.
Very nice.
I love it when you can cut them different, get the edge or the corner and cut it apart, use it different ways.
Layer too. So, and Janet is linking them.
This is the nested tags.
And that has a little stitching on the edge too.
Yep.
How much is that, Penny?
That's $12.99.
Oh, and look, it has different...
You have 5 different sizes and then page reinforcers.
Reinforcers is what I was looking at with stitching. I don't think I've seen that
and
before.
plain. You can have your choice.
Nice.
But look at these examples.
Cute.
They're really cute.
It looks like they're using their photoplay paper there.
Probably.
That we're showing maybe. I don't know.
Probably. And then we have the Grinch
Oh, the good
stamp
old Grinch stamp.
coming back in.
We ordered so many of those last year. I can't believe there's people that don't have it. How much is that, Penny?
$19.99.
I know I have one. Do you have one?
I do. I do. All right. Then we have a new line. Beautiful Junk.
All right. So this is the solids.
This is the
pack.
solids. And then, make you wait for it here. This is the collection.
Very pretty. And it comes with looks like a sticker sheet.
Yep,
and
the sticker sheet. I will
all the papers. And we have the
flip it
individual
over.
papers too. So some of them.
And then,
We don't have the sticker sheet individually, but we have some of the papers individually. Very nice.
okay, so some of the individuals that we have. So front and back.
I like
So
the
this would be
cut-aparts.
your cut aparts.
The
this is-
story that matters the most. I like that.
This is called My Story. And then we have the tag sheet.
Like it.
Now the back of it is floral.
Not
Not-
tags at all.
Not what I expected.
And they've got different size tags. Look at in the middle.
In the middle, there's
little-
like short ones.
Yeah. So the other ones must be a little bit longer than
They look longer.
Normal.
Yep.
cute.
That's called Flea Market. All right. Then we have one that's called the To-Do List.
Okay. Nice basic. And those you could cut apart
Yeah.
or keep as a background page. I like the flowers in it. The way they're kind of intertwined
Yep.
around. Very nice.
Yep. And then we have Good Life.
Okay, another background page. That one has a little journaling square right
Yeah.
in there. Date, of course. Oh, very
Prescribed
nice.
by
Oh, what was it called? Good Life?
Good Life.
Okay.
Yeah. Then we have letters.
Ooh, I like that one.
That's a nice background. And I like that it's grounded on the one side.
Yeah, it's very soft.
And then a pretty floral.
Janet likes this one.
All right, then we have
Very
one
pretty cards.
more. It's called Amazing.
Oh, our cut aparts. Yeah, here we go. This is the page, the cut aparts that would make beautiful cards.
Oh, yes.
Nice. Or
No.
good for scrapbooking too, because then you've got the back side.
Yeah. Your
Very
life is
nice.
your story. Write well, edit often.
Letha says she's going to do some shopping.
All right, then we have the rub-ons, $6.49.
Oh, those are rub-ons?
Yeah.
I priced them and I didn't even realize that's what they were. I wasn't paying attention. Nice.
Yep, because it comes with your little
I
stick on the back.
wonder if this photoplay rub-ons are new.
I think they are, because I don't remember Photoplay
I don't
having.
either. Janet said these would be good for heritage. I believe that is true.
Now,
also.
this is your epoxy papers.
Okay.
That you can
yeah.
put behind your epoxy
Right.
shapes.
The photoplay has the epoxy shapes.
So you got your speech bubbles, your hexagons, your circles, your arrows.
And we have some of those in stock right now. If I
So-
would have been paying attention, I would have grabbed some.
$5.99, and then the ephemera,
Of course.
and that's $4.99.
Can you flip it around
Yep.
so we can see the back? There we go. Nice. Some
30
frames
pieces.
and tags.
Well, and
Very
again,
nice.
some hexagons and
Yep. The
So-
shapes that they have.
yeah. All right, are we showing anything else?
Nope. That's
Okay.
all today. That's it. Photoplay. We got a big old photoplay
big
box.
photo play
so-
box.
All right.
Do you want to show your projects from yesterday?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I forget about that. yesterday I was here and I was doing a little bit of sewing. I didn't finish my cat last night.
Oh.
I know. I was organizing my Christmas. Can you believe it?
Oh my goodness.
I know. But we have these patterns. One for the cat, and we do have some Halloween. And this is actually, I said this yesterday, this is a Christmas fabric, but I liked it for Halloween.
Oh, yeah, it wouldn't have to be.
Yeah, it's good for any time. And then we have the candy canes pattern as well.
Cute.
Yeah, these are really easy. The cats take a little bit more work because you have to do the eyes and put some stuff in the bottom, do some gusseting, but the candy canes are super easy and cute to do. And all the fabric.
Yeah.
That I love. This is my happy place in the store right now. All right. Thanks for reminding me about that,
Absolutely.
Penny.
Absolutely. All right. So, I don't know. I think it was a week and a half ago. Kelly's walking around the store and she's got this and she goes, "How would you like to color this?" I said, "Okay. Here, I've already adjusted it."
Yep.
So, off on my mission I went, and I just had so much fun to think outside the box. So the very first one that I colored, and we'll take pictures with all of the codes and everything, I did this one. And so I colored them in 3 different colors because that's kind of a trend that you see a lot on Instagram and just Facebook pictures and things with all the different colored pumpkins. So
I love the green.
I tried 3 different colors, and then I had just purchased that Numberama, the die from All. And so I thought, well, I really want to use it.
Yeah.
And it fit perfect.
The edge is great, Penny.
The edge is not straight on the coloring sheet. So I went with the line. It was too stark for me to put it next to something else. So I did ink it with Scorched Timber. That's my go-to in this line.
Okay.
And I put a little twine, and I put the black, and I thought the black is too plain. So I got my paper, what do you call that, paper edger? Mm-hmm. And I roughed up the edge a bit, and I really am pleased at how that turned out. So
like
that was that. So that's a yellow set, a green set, and a yellow green. So then I just
to show the numbers now.
Well, you can.
Okay.
Yeah. But we'll
I don't know
take
if Kelly
pictures.
does that or not. Okay, we'll have pictures.
And then I just kind of messed around with a couple of other different pumpkin sets. We had showed this piece of paper last week, this orange plaid that I loved. And it's called That Spooky Season by Photoplay, Trick or Treat. Spooky Season. And it's such a great plaid.
It was nice.
And I used just the red orange series on all 3 pumpkins. Put a little twine bow up there, and Color Vibe, the black. And I edged it in Carved Pumpkin. Surprise, surprise. Added some twine. And then I thought I would just show you. You know, it just fits perfectly right on there. Popped it up a little bit.
This is more traditional pumpkins.
Yep, more traditional.
I like
So
it. Very nice. Penny, my only comment is you need to use some spritz on some of these.
oh.
Do you use the spritz yet?
I have used it on, but I don't think of it.
Oh, okay.
I just got to be around you more, Teresa. I just got to be around you more.
Okay.
Okay, this one was probably one of my favorites.
I would use spritz on this one.
Okay.
Okay.
So the cauldron, of course, you wanted that black base, and I found that when you color it, I started from the top down and the bottom up at the same time, because you want a lighter black at the bottom, but you want the dark underneath the ooze that's coming out.
I see.
And for that, I use the T series. So there's T4 down at the bottom, but then way at the top, there's that T9. So after I colored it, I thought that's not enough. So I grabbed the glossy accents and I added the glossy accents to this and then the 4 bubbles up above. I used the same green series in the steam. And I wanted to pop the color, so what goes with that lime green at Halloween except purple. So I chose the Doodlebug purple, and then I chose the Doodlebug green, and then just made the card out of that. So,
very cute. I like the glossy accents on it.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
See, that's why I think spritz, because I like a little shine on them.
Well, and I really tried to do the glazed, but there's so little down there to use the pen. It just wasn't working. But,
it looks great.
it was something to try at home and see what's going to work and what's not going to work. So,
fun.
All right. Oh, I forgot. On this one, there's an extra surprise.
Oh, something inside?
Yep, there is.
Oh,
so
cute.
I kept looking
it's
at that
candy corn.
title. Yeah, and so I thought, well, we will mimic the candy corn idea.
Love it.
And we'll just do 3 colors. And so the white is the C00. And I always color my object. I never leave anything undone. If it's something that I don't really want to add color to it or tint or shade or whatever you want to call it, I will add 0 just so that I put my marker on that space in here. But this is really C00 and then it's the YR04 and then it's the Y18. No blending because you want that, candy cane look. And
Candy corn.
Yeah, candy corn. And you don't want precise lines because candy corn is not precise.
Right.
So, you don't have to be perfect. I just added the little box. So, and then I thought, well, candy corn isn't always white, orange, and yellow.
No, it's not.
So I did the same thing and I put the little saying just on a tag, put my little junk bow up there. So then here I chose my pink series, the RV21, again, the CO, and then the RV14. And I chose the white to separate the 2 pinks because that's the image that I saw online. And then I thought, well, what would it look like if I did this pink, this white, and this the darker? So then I showed you both ways. And I inked both of them with spun sugar and then finished off the tags.
Very cute.
So those are those.
I like the pink.
Now, my hubby is a retired chemistry, physics person, science guy. So the lab bottle to me was a lot of fun. So I started with the crystals, and with all the dimension that it gives you, it was real easy just to do different panels in different shades so that you can kind of get that 3-dimensional look. The next part was that, I'm going to call it the base, what the crystal sits on. And I really wanted it to lighten as the jar would curve around. And then it was like, how am I going to do the glass? Because you want a color to the glass, but yet you don't want a color to the glass. So I found that if I used, like on this one, I used the W00 around the edge of it, and then I used the B00 for the inside.
Oh, okay.
So that it gives it a little something.
It does.
Now on this one, I changed it and I used the C0 around the outside and then the B= around the inside. So
hey, your nails match the card. I just noticed.
Not planned.
Sorry.
Not planned. So I thought I would show you what I am talking about. So this time I grabbed the N0. And here is my lab bottle. And so what I did was I went down on both sides. And I went down and around that area marked between the 2 lines. There's a little bit of overlap sometimes, but it's going to shift as you color. I'm going to just bring it down a little bit from the top. Then I'm going to grab that B quadruple zero, that pale, whatever color that is. And then normally I do it after I've colored everything else, but you could do it just right away. It is so pale. And start by bringing it down. And then we could just go over the whole thing.
The cut apart sheet is called Little Boo Thing Color Me. And these are great for the Copics that Penny's doing, but they're also good for watercolor with, I think your grandkids would love to, you could just use crayons on them if you wanted, but colored pencils would work, or whatever markers you have, but the Copics really make them pop.
So, I mean, that to me is kind of an idea for glass. Now, if that is too dark, that glass you think is too dark, take your 0 and just go back over the outside edge, and you won't see it on the camera, but you would see it in person. It's going to lighten up, and it's going to break up the color.
Very nice.
So that's how I would do glass, and you could do the same thing with the crystal ball. And the crystal ball is over here. I chose more color in the crystal ball, so I chose the B quadruple zero, the BG triple zero, and then the 0. And you would think with all those zeros in there that it wouldn't be that dark, but it is. So I like my zeros in all my colors. So, questions about the...
What does the 0 mean? I have a question.
The 0 is
just the lightest of the colors?
Yep.
Okay.
So if you have quadruple 0, that's the lightest, and then triple 0 is not as light.
Okay.
Okay.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
I don't see any other questions, just me.
The base is, of course, I interpret that as a wood base, and so I did an E25 and 27. You could do a 3-3, a 3-5. It's kind of nice to jump that 2 number, and I would generally keep it in the same family. Scorched timber around the outside, some doodlebug, I think that's swimming pool. And then I grabbed my 6x8 Honeybee Spooktacular, if you happen to have picked this up earlier this fall. And I got some brown, and then later I got some black out of here, and then I also used that plaid over on that first card. So this was a really nice pad to get. All right, so then the boo, I thought, let's do it something different. So I chose 3 different colors. I think I started with the orange, but then I came back to the pink. Not in love with the pink, but I wanted to try just some different colors. So I did color the inside of the bee, and I called that the ghost. So the ghosts are that C0, and these ghosts over here would be the C00. Sometimes you want it lighter or not. The spider web in the O. On this one, it's the N3 and N5. On this one, it's the C2 and C4. Again, I would jump that. And what I did was I colored the whole O in the lighter color. And then I took my darker color and I just did the spider web. So then I thought I would show you the reverse of that, if I can find my boo. Okay, so here's my boo. I'm going to do the O. And I've pulled out the T3 and the T5. Now we're going to do it reverse. We're going to make the O the darkest and the spider web the lightest. So we're going to start with the spider web.
Okay.
Take that T3 and we're just going to color it in. We're not going to take a lot of time. because sometimes it's how you interpret the object, whether you want it dark or light, the background, the opposite, the foreground, whatever. So I was just thinking last night when I was looking at them, oh, I should have done one backwards or the reverse. So that's the spider web. And then jump 2, so I got that T5. And then I just would color around.
Why do you have some washi tape on some of your markers?
When I took a class, it was recommended that we identify our own markers.
Oh. She just has a little piece of musical washi. Maybe I got it too close. Sorry.
That was the one washi tape that I had. The one and only. And now I have 3 cases of washi tape. I've really grown to love washi tape. And I put it on the back of my cards that I send out. And there's a really good washi tape in the clearance rack, those smiley faces or the smile from that. I think it's an Echo Parker photo play. It's half off. If anybody hasn't gotten it, I truly recommend it.
Happy mail.
Happy, happy mail. Happy mail, just like happy.
Your brush strokes are so good. You just get rid of your brush. Like you have that flick motion. I can't get the flick motion.
Practice.
I know. That's my problem. Somebody else earlier said they wish they could color as good as you, and I was going to say you just need to practice.
Just need to practice. And maybe you want to put that little hole in the middle. So let's compare.
Oh, I might like the reverse that you did. That's
good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all in how you want to do it, and so it's kind of fun to try it both ways. So that's what I thought I would do and let you see it. So we'll just stick that over there, and so I don't forget, I'll stick those up there.
I like the pink, Penny.
Pinks and reds and Copics are really hard, but
Really? Why?
It's just the dye, the ink itself. One of my classes that I took, we started with the red, and she goes, "We're starting with red because everybody dreads it because it's a hard color to color with."
Okay.
And after you get over that, then it's fine.
Then the other colors are easy.
It's fine. It's fine. So I wanted to pull out the 2 pink papers that I had pulled. From Little Boo Thing. This is the pink plaid.
Yes.
It's got flowers on the back, but I love that plaid.
I do too.
It's just like that orange. And then these stars I've used, like on this boo, it's called Little Ghosts. I just really like that black background.
It's sharp.
And then there's the little ghosts. That's cute. All right. So then I went to the Haunted Mansion. And there's no black on these cards.
Oh.
It's all grays.
Grays?
Yep, it's all grays.
I like the grays.
So this house is a demonstration of the cool grays. And I did light from the bottom, and then I got darker. This one, I kind of went darker, and I got lighter going down. So you have a little idea. The windows are dark. The windows are light. So that I could also identify on my notes which one was which. This one, the moon is more illuminated. This one, it's more subtle.
Okay.
So
yes, definitely.
That
one's very subtle.
Yeah. And that moon is like
good, though,
a W, which is a warm gray. And this one is a yellow with a purple and a warm gray. So that V20 is up there in those little spots on the moon. Then, of course, this morning, Teresa goes, "That needs a witch! It needs a witch!" So I ran back and I put the witch up there. And that's from the Haunted, in case you got that Haunted stamp from LDRS.
I just want to show the cut apart too, because you fussy cut that out.
I did.
Very nice.
And I grounded it. So anyway, so that was.
I didn't get a good shot of this, so people can see what you use there. All right.
All right. So then I had lots of fun with the little ghosts. So on this one, I actually colored behind the sentiment because I thought, well, that's kind of a nice way of using what's there but changing it instead of cutting it out and, matting it or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so I just colored behind it, and I did ink it. I double inked it. I inked the edge in spun sugar, and then I inked it in scorched timber. Very subtle. Mm-hmm. But I wanted it next to that black. And then the ghost is the C00, the C0, and just a little shadow of the R81 in the creases.
It's hard to see it on the camera, but
yeah.
Oh, you can see the pink a little. But I can see it.
And then the balloons, the RV52, the R81, and a little bit of colorless blender, that 0, to make a little shiny spot on the balloon.
That's so good. They look so realistic.
And then this one, he's holding a little banner, and Kelly said, oh, this one's my favorite. Show him how to do this one. So this is a C2 and a C0 and the C00. The banner is the R81 and then the RV10. Again, spun sugar, the little plaid, and the black color vibe.
They're so cute.
So the ghosts. So I just grabbed the balloon one, and we'll color it like the banner one, if I have what I need. So C2, C0, and C00. Now, when you color with Copics, you never plan on getting exact same replica. One thing is going to be different because I'm going to use a different ghost, but I'm going to do it the same process. Okay. I'm going to grab my darkest one of my 3, and that's the C2, and I'm going to go for shadows.
So generally, the higher the number, the darker?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'm going to switch it out just so it's the same thing.
Okay.
Grab the C2, and I'm going to go over the shadows or the creases, and I'm just going to go over them as close to them as I can get, putting my marker up towards the tip. And then in the creases where the ghost is standing down here, we would have a shadow from what's inside the sheet. So we're just going to color those. Then we're going to put the C2 away. Then we're going to grab the C00. So this is the lightest one of the cool gray family. I'm going to start at the top, and I'm going to do a wash all the way down because I don't really want a lot of color. I want more of a white because ghosts are white. Laying my marker down so that I get more brush to the paper. And then as I get over here, I'm going to lift up my marker a little bit more because there's more detail. So he's colored. Again, you can't really see it very well because
I can see it. It is hard to see on the camera, but
C0, we're going to add just a little bit more dimension from the bottom, going up kind of through some of those creases. Doesn't have to be real precise.
I don't know if you guys can hear the brush strokes.
Yeah.
Someone said earlier it's relaxing, and it is when you hear the brush strokes. Maybe they can't hear it on the microphone.
Well,
I don't know. It's so
sometimes,
quiet.
sometimes the brush stroke noise that you hear is not a good thing because that means my marker might be getting low.
Getting dry.
Yep.
I heard a squeak earlier, so I
Yep.
thought, ooh, squeaky.
Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if by the time I go home and check these tonight that, because I've used these
Use
a
a lot of gray
Yep.
for shadows and stuff.
Yep.
Huh?
Yep.
That looks good.
So there's our little ghost.
So cute.
Now he's going to dry a little bit lighter, but again, if that's too dark for you,
Yeah,
you
he
can
looks darker than the other one, but
you can always take your colorless blender and break it up. Use my chisel nib, lots of area. It's quick. Now it's wet, so it's going to dry and it's going to change.
I can smell the alcohol.
Just don't drink it.
You know, use a ventilated area.
All right. Kelly suggested that maybe I show you on the
so
Tim
cute.
Holtz
Hey, can you ring the bell? We don't have that stamp set here.
stamp. If you've already purchased this or you're eyeing it, it's another example of ghosts that you could color. Can we get the Tim Holtz ghost stamps, please? All right. So let's try. Let's just try the same thing, but with the different picture. The same colors, the C0, the C00, and the C2. So I'm going to grab the C2.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Let me show that.
All right.
Okay, this is called Spooky Spirits. I forget that I have it in my hand. So we don't have the spiderweb one, but these are super cute. And I saw people put different things, like they have kind of like hands, ghost hands, sheet hands or arms, and then they put like balloons and things in them. That's $24.99. And there's words to foolish mortals. I like that. Boo and stuff. Hey, boo. Ghost hug. I feel wicked. Wait, you see me? That's my favorite one. Boo sheet. Yeah, very cute.
Well, I bought that stamp set, but then I let my daughter-in-law borrow it. So I didn't have it, so I borrowed the other one.
Cheryl wants to know, how do you decide what colors to use, Penny? Sometimes it's just what you have, but Penny has them all, don't you? So.
I'm like 10 short, but well, first of all, I know my markers mostly. But ghosts are white. And so you look at your markers and you think, okay, what's going to give me white? Mm-hmm. And even looking at the 4 gray families, I'll just pull out. I'll pull out a 1 from all of the gray families. And they won't be all the same direction. Okay. So somebody once told me the warm grays are for living creatures.
Oh.
The T's and the N's are just kind of neutral, but this is closer to the warm than this one. And this one's closer to the cools. So these are warms, these are cools. Okay. And these are for things. This, you can almost get a blue tint to the gray. Mm-hmm. This is more the browns. So that, to me, helps decide which direction I'm going to go.
Okay.
And then it's trial and error. honestly. So I've done some shadows down at the bottom with my C2. Then oh, I thought you had a question.
I was going to say, it's probably personal preference too. Like your blue cards over here, you said you didn't care for the pink very much, but I do like the pink. So you just have to try it and, you know, maybe use the colors that you like.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter what other people think.
No.
Do what you like. What makes you happy, you know?
Yep, you do you.
Right. Okay, I'm sorry.
But there is a little bit, not stress, but stress. When you start coloring something and you get almost all the way done and then it's like, oh, you're coloring something different. It's like, oh, what am I going to use? Because if I use a color I don't like, then I'm going to like toss it out. So that's why you see me with lots of different images. Mm-hmm. I will either stamp or buy multiples so that I can play.
Yeah.
And there are sometimes I'll start on the color series and I'll throw it out because to me it doesn't work. Mm-hmm. So I did the C00 up around the head and down through the main part of the body. I'm going to grab my C0. That was my 00. Now it's my 0. And I'm going to go down from the shadows and the bottom and kind of go up. I always think of Bob Ross about now. Happy trees.
We just got some more Bob Ross mints in yesterday. I'm like, more? People must like them.
I haven't tried one, honestly. I'm going to grab that C00 again and just go back over those little spots down here.
I do like the grays. Now, Penny, our ghosts, you said that the T or the N's were for living things. Is that then you're not
the W's
or the W's?
The W's. Well,
so you're not using those on the ghosts.
No, and I will show you if I have the same series of W's that I have C's. I will show you. All right, so this is the W 00. So with that, remember I went from the head down. Yeah, then somebody could get philosophical and say, well, are ghosts real?
I know.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking about. So we want to know what kind of ink you use to stamp and what kind of paper.
I use Memento ink, always. And I use both Hammermill, and I'm starting to use some Nina.
Okay.
But this is Hammermill. It's what I had handy. So the W2, I'm going to go down here to the creases and the shadows. I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the C's. And thankfully, it's kind of fresh in my mind.
Do you ever, your images are all, well, a lot of them are the cut-aparts today, but when you stamp your images, do you ever use other colors or do you always use black?
I
didn't mean to make a hard question, Penny.
Yeah. I generally use black, although I have used some Tim Distress inks.
Okay.
And then I let it dry or I heat set it.
Okay.
So that I can...
But colors?
Colored. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Because sometimes you just want something different. So I have experimented with Tim's Distress. And it depends on if it's something I'm going to color a lot of or not so much. But generally I use Memento.
Okay. I think I like the cool gray better. That's more tan to me.
Yep.
But again, personal preference, what you like.
Well,
and maybe what kind of paper you're going to put on the card too, what it goes with.
Yep.
That might have something to do with it too.
Well, and some people might want the W's because of the paper or because of the feeling. I mean, to me, this is like a dirty color.
Yeah, okay, I see. Oops, I lost my microphone.
All right. So, warm grays, cool grays. Warm and cool. So, there we go. Do we have any questions?
No, I think we've been answering them.
Yay!
I don't think I missed anything.
Yay!
They're very relaxed by your coloring.
Well, good.
Now, so when you colored on the cut-apart, I have a question.
Yeah.
So you colored the cut-aparts, but that's not special paper.
No,
that's
it's
just
not.
cardstock. So do you, like, I see you have a sheet under your images there. Do you always put something under it then?
It's all,
especially when it's not the specialty paper in case it soaks through?
It will soak through faster and it will spread. With the Copic markers, you don't want to go all the way to the edge.
Right.
If you know it's not, I'm going to call it Copic paper.
Copic paper. I call it good paper.
This paper that these are printed on from the company, it's not bad paper, but you just have to be cognizant of
it might spread a little.
It might spread a little bit, especially if you're doing dainty little things. And you'll see them if you look closely in my cards. You'll see where it happens.
You could probably do a little test on the barcode part. There's extra paper you could test and see how fast it's going to spread maybe on your paper.
And I think that's more noticeable. Probably with the haunted house because there's so much detail, like, around the edge. It just kind of seeps out a little bit.
Yeah.
But
you don't really notice that.
No, I mean, you have to be
I'm
really...
looking at your card. I'm not looking at that.
No, but for some people, that would really bother them.
Yeah.
So I know that going into that.
Yeah.
So it's totally fine.
Okay. Someone wanted to know how many colors there are. How many markers?
There's 300 and like 40 something. There is an app so that you can keep
her
inventory. Keep track. And it's a free app. There's 358.
Okay.
So I have 348 out of the 358.
I hope someone's listening so that for Christmas you might get 10 more markers.
The last 10?
I don't know why you don't have them all, but okay.
Well, yeah. Sometimes it just gets to that point.
Yeah. Yeah, you have a lot. Lots of choices.
Which, I did the one house in the cool. Mm-hmm. I did them both in the cool. But now it makes me wonder, what would that house look like with the warms? But to me, that's the haunted house look.
Yeah.
And that's what I go for. But yeah, you can do lots of different things, and the sky's the limit.
What's the app, Penny?
It's called Copic.
Well, that's tricky.
Yeah. So
yeah, just search.
It looks like the word Copic, so that's what it is.
Yeah.
And then when I open it up, yeah.
Talk about our refills that we have.
Oh, yes.
That we carry.
So I do my own little personal service for the store. So I do it on my own time. Any markers that need to be refilled, I weigh them, clean them, fill them. It costs $2. If the nibs need to be changed out, I charge you the cost of the nibs. And for the chiseled nibs, it's $1, and the brush nibs are $1.50.
But for people that don't live here,
they can
refill.
They can send
ink.
Yep. Well, if they want to ship them to the store, I've had people ship them to the store, and then we just add it to an order that's going back to them at some point. I've had people send with friends.
Right. But we can get the refill ink if they have a color that they want. We can order it
Okay.
for people that
I think
live.
so.
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Like we have the zero.
Oh, yeah. The zero, yes.
Yeah, we always have the zero in stock,
Yep.
but we don't necessarily have a lot of other colors, but we can order them if you request that.
Yep.
I think I missed another question. Oh, someone wants to know about storage.
Well, I've made my own boxes. I have used the Copic bags.
Yes, we have had the bags. I don't know if we have any. Do we have any in stock right now? We could
No.
order. There are several, bags that you can get.
I mean, if you look up Copic storage, I mean, it depends on how many you have. Are you
Right.
ever going to grow? How do you use your markers?
Do you travel with them?
Do they travel? Because there's things you need to do if you're going to go on an airplane, versus if you're traveling in a car. So you just need to look to see what's going to, if you know you're going to get them all, then I would look for something that's going to house them all. If you're only going to get a few, then I would look at something smaller like the bag. That was very friendly when I grew out of the bag. Then I had 2 bags. When I grew out of 2 bags, then I started making my own boxes. So, it just, again, you have to figure out what's going to fit your lifestyle and what you're doing.
Does it matter vertical or horizontal?
I have always wondered that. I have never been told by a Copic certified person that it matters.
Yeah. So flat or standing up.
Yep.
How do you store them?
I store them both ways.
Okay.
If I'm moving them, they will be vertical, and then if I'm using them, they will be horizontal.
So you can see the lids.
Yep.
Because to find the colors. That probably makes it easier.
Yeah, it does. It
but
does.
it probably depends on your container, too.
Right.
And your space.
Yep.
How much space you have.
Some people have those pencil things that
Right.
zip up and then they fold over.
Yep.
And so they'll have like 6, 8, 10 in each one of those. So it's more like families. Mm-hmm. But then it's like, well, I'd have to take them all because I used a violet on the moon.
Uh-huh.
Who would have thought you would
Yeah.
be?
When you said that, I was like, huh, okay.
Yeah. But I always have to throw in at least one weird thing. Just keep people on their toes.
Yeah.
Now, next week, I'll be back, and we're going to do some Winnie the Pooh Christmas.
Yeah.
And then I will be doing Santa in 2 weeks.
Yes, Diane and I gave misinformation yesterday about that she was going to be doing the Santa. Is there a starter kit that includes the basic colors?
There are no basic colors that anybody would say this is what a starter set is. I think some of the box stores might say this is a set, but it depends on what you're going to color. If you're going to color flowers, you don't want a lot of browns.
Yeah.
If you're going to do a lot of people, you're going to want a lot of browns. So, and that's why my set grew, is because I like to color lots of things and explore and experiment and try new things.
And use weird colors.
And weird colors. Like the blue when I'm doing a copper.
Yeah.
Or a purple when I'm doing a moon.
Uh-huh. All right.
So, I have a suggested list that I am happy to share with anybody. Kind of a general, that way you can get
Place to
started.
start.
Yeah, a place to start. A couple basic greens, reds, browns. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's it on the questions. Thank you, Penny, so much.
Absolutely.
Love the demo.
Thank you.
Tomorrow, Katie is going to be here. I actually looked today at the calendar. Katie is going to be here, and she did a little boo, which is that the plaid
paper.
that you showed.
Yep, and the stars.
She is going to be using that in a little mini album.
Oh, cute.
And so, yeah, I'm very excited because I love that paper line.
Yes.
I bought the collection.
And I love her little mini albums.
Yeah, they're very cute. So we will see you tomorrow, and happy crafting. Thank you, Penny.
Yes. Thank you.